Yo, hello, what is up today, you fidget spinning maniacs? And once again I have a Steve vs Spinner video that is going to be really cool today. And on this very moment I am feeling like Tarzan because I am standing on top of a tree and I am going to jump from tree to tree, role-playing that I am swinging from vine to vine, from tree to tree. But I am actually just jumping towards a tree, and some trees are just against each other and I don't even need to jump, so I'm not really Tarzan. But I think it is starting to be time to stop pretending to be Tarzan and accept that we are a land pleb, and that our home is on the ground with feet, and just walk on top of the dirt. But we are going to walk to some place that is going to be nice, and I think that on the other side of the water is a really nice island, and if we would have a boat it would be really nice. But because we are bare professional, we are going to lay down some lily pads and we are going to parkour to the island and back just because I am really professional. Wait, why am I still swimming? Like, let's go back and then lay down some lily pads and we are going to do some great parkour and it is going to be really nice. Look at this guy. Look how professional I am going to be, and it is all going to be nice because I went to a town where all kinds of Minecraft players were, and I met up with an old Maya leader and he told me that the legend has it that there is an unspoken island somewhere on a map. No one knows where the island is, but the legend has it that there is a really special item in there, and that item can only be found in May 2017, and that thing is going to be relevant in that same date. That is why it only appears in May when it is actually relevant. Wait, this chest. This must be it. The old Maya leader told us about this, and just like I predicted, look what is in here. It is an actual fidget spinner. Let's trade it with a lily pad though, because otherwise we might trigger something just like in Indiana Jones and then we would die. But we do not want to die, so we are not going to take the risk, and we are just going to give this chest our lily pad because we do not need it anyway. Wait, what is this? We just equipped the fidget spinner and we whipped it out so fast that we set fire to this little forest. That reminds me of that one time that I was casually fidget spinning and someone came up to me and he told me that he could spin his fidget spinner really fast. But I gave him the option to bet with me that I will definitely fidget spin faster, and I spun it so fast that it reached a couple of 100 miles, and it was so insane. All of the holes and colors were just lines, and it was super duper cool because that is what fidget spinning is, and I did it so fast that it was even cooler. But after a moment that it was still cool, it started to be less cool because I smelled something funny. And what do I see to my left? That was fire. It was a really fudged up situation because I could potentially set the world record on fidget spinning, or I could lay the fidget spinner down and then I would not have a world record in the Guinness World of Records book, and I would not go down in history as a fidget spinning god. But people just had to tell the story from mouth to mouth. Or I could take a water bucket and put the fire out and be a little hero and get a medal from the mayor because I apparently done a good deed, and then sometimes you get a medal from the mayor because you then get set in the spotlight and you deserve that if the mayor picks you. But I chose something that was not even an option to most people. I took the darn fidget spinner and I decided to make a chopper out of it, and I spun it once again so fast that it just took off with my finger on it, and I was floating through the air like an attack helicopter, and I was making one hell of a sound. Well, not with my fidget spinning professionalities but actually with my mouth, and it sounded pretty cool, so I kept doing it until I then quote unquote landed, and I was going so fast off the air. Well, anyway, it felt like I was going fast, but I was making sounds of a helicopter, so I might have been a bit woozy, and I just thought a lot of things were happening, but it did not even happen, but was sure that this fidget spinner took off. WITTH my finger on it, and we fled from the crime scene that we made with that same fidget spinner. I called that one fidget spinner Harry, and he is a green fidget spinner, and I love him to death because he is really cool and he can go very fast. Like if he would be in the next Sonic game, it would not be a Sonic game anymore, but people are only going to take Harry the fidget spinner because he would be the best character in the game, and everyone likes himself an overpowered character because you can just beat some noobs with it, and that is obviously nice. But I decided that our green fidget spinner called Harry deserved retirement because I had used him a couple of months by the time and he had gone off a lot and he was still happy fidget spinner, but I missed him because I really wanted to be an attack chopper again. fun. And I was definitely the coolest guy in my class, and it was really cool because if I wanted to go to my house in between breaks I just could because I had a darn chopper in my pants, and I would whip that chopper out and I would take one person at a time to go to my house, or if we wanted we went to the mall that was nearby the school and we could land the helicopter on top of the mall and we would get a personal escort from the mall people because we were so special that we were listed on the all-time fidget spinning list, and by that we made it onto the very important person list as well, or otherwise called the VIP list. And it was really cool because we would get a personal escort to all the stores that we wanted to, and people would look at us that we were very special. Well, we pretty much were, because we were a darn helicopter that just landed on top of the roof, and I was carrying that helicopter in my pants, and that fidget spinner was the only thing I could not keep in my pants, because I am like woman who is your man's, can't not keep my fidget spinner in my pants. My crush don't love me no more. She kicked me out. I'm like, bro. But no, on a serious note, we are going to build a nice storage home for little attack chopper Harry, but we have more fidget spinners and we can store them here and people can walk around, and if they find a house with fidget spinners, and I would not even care if those people would take 1 or 2 fidget spinners. But if we make this a really nice warm and cozy fidget spinning house where we could have a little tournament where people can show their skills, and it would all be cool. And if we are going to keep this nice, well, what are we going to call this place? Pink Fidget Spinning Club? Yeah, that sounds like a place where I would go to on a casual Friday out. Well, anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, and if we are going to keep this nice and cozy warm place that we call the Pink Fidget Spinning Club. Yeah, that sounds like a place where I would go to on a casual Friday out. Well, anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, and if we are going to keep this nice and cozy warm place that we call the Pink Fidget Spinning Club. But have you ever met up with your friends and did all of those cool spins with your fidget spinner, because it apparently is really cool and people are cool, and they get happy because they are cool, and that is nice to see for them. But I am going to build this fidget spinner club, and I am going to leave the door open, and all of you that walk around and actually find this place, you can just walk in and we can have a good time, and it is all going to be good fun because we are doing a meetup with fidget spinners. And if you don't want to take your own fidget spinner, you can take one here because this is a fidget spinner club. And if this is a business for the long run and these fidget spinners stay relevant for a long time, then I am going to build a stage where people can go up and do the wildest things with fidget spinners that they are able to do. And we are going to build some stairs around all of that stage, and people can sit there and you can order drinks and food, definitely cookies and or with waffles. And if you all want, maybe some spaghetti and some pizzas, because I think everyone likes that. But yeah, our little business idea is coming along pretty nice, even though I say so myself. If I keep up with the rent and people actually show up to this party place, but it would be great if we get some people, and if I make a profit out of this $1 million idea, and I will buy some nice apartments in a city like New York or Tokyo, and I won't have to work. And if people ask me, what do you do for a living then I will just tell them that I run that one place in Minecraft that blew up with popularity, and I am the proud owner of that place because I thought of that idea and I trademarked it, so now I get money from every company that tries to do the same. Well, I don't think that is how trademarks work, but that is okay because it might be like that, I don't know, like maybe it is. Who knows? Only the people that work on trademark will know. Is that a company? I don't know. So many questions that have no answers, but they really need answers because I want to know. And people will say, hot darn, you have built that roof that is on top of that amazing cozy warm club? And I would be like, hell yeah, I built that because I love that place and I put some effort in with deciding which roof would look best on it, and I think this flat roof will definitely look best because we do not want an attic or a double-story house, so this is enough because we do not have to have a second floor if we are not going to use it. So what will be the point of having something that you are not going to use? And I am certain that it would even look ugly on this house because it is just a club, and it would be ridiculous to have a 2-story fidget spinner club. But on the other hand, we could just build a second floor and then we could live there and feel good about ourselves, and we would have a nice bed and all kinds of nice things, and we can live there and everything will be good life, and then I am happy and I do not have to build an apartment in New York or Tokyo, but I would be living somewhere in Minecraft. But then because the place of the club is a bit secret, then I will have to provide for myself. And not only with getting money, but I would have to hunt my own food, and I would need to chop wood from my oven and all kinds of stuff that I would need to take care of. So once again we come to the conclusion that we would be best off without a second layer. But we now have the fidget spinners inside of the place that we are going to store them. So now we need to treat the fidget spinners like they are special cargo like gold or something because they are pretty valuable. But these look pretty good and Harry the Chopper is even chilling here, so let's make sure that this protective glass and that no one would steal my special fidget spinners because I am pretty attached to them, and Harry in particular because, well, it is a chopper basically, and I abused that thing a lot when I still was in school and I needed to go somewhere, and I would just use that as my transportation way, and it was amazing because I was high up in the sky looking down on all of the normal people that did not have fidget spinners, and their lives were a bit poopy because they did not have these awesome fidget spinners. So let's place these darn fidget spinners back and let's whip out that colored protective glass that we are going to need to store them behind, and all of it will be good and everyone will be happy because they are safe, and we will be happy because we know that Harry is safe as well. Oh, did I tell you the story about Peter? Well, Peter is the red one, and he was once a human, but he played so much with his fidget spinner that he gave his soul so the devil to become a fidget spinner, and he was really happy the first couple of days. But well, if you give your soul to the devil, there will be an adder underneath the grass, and that is something that we cannot have, do we? No, definitely not, because we are going to need to keep our soul because that is pretty important to have. But anyway, this kid named Peter that was in my class back in the days, was playing so much with his darn fidget spinner that he on one day became his fidget spinner. He signed the contract with the devil to become the spinner, and he was really happy. But then it happened, because as you can probably imagine, it is not all a baby horse camp to be a machine that people use for their amusement. And he had feelings, but he was a fidget spinner, so he could not express his feelings. But he had to prove himself that he was a good fidget spinner, and if he wasn't, he could still go back to being a human, so there was a way out for him. But not everyone that signed a contract with the devil has that, but Peter was one of the lucky ones that persuaded his dreams, and he would actually take a look at the contract before he signed it, and he noticed that a couple of things were wrong and he was not happy about that, so he mentioned it to the devil. It was a bold move, but he did it, and it worked for him because he eventually became a human again. Wait, now I am telling you spoilers about the story that I was going to tell you. Why did I tell you the ending to that story? Why did I do that? Oh my god, I should not have done that because it was a fun story. But no, anyways, he had to prove that he was actually a good fidget spinner, and he took me as his best friend at the time because he trusted me, and I had some pretty good skills when it came down to fighting mobs in Minecraft, and because he was actually a lethal weapon because a fidget spinner can go pretty quickly if it wants to, and that fidget spinner was basically human, so it had feelings and it wanted to go fast, and so it did just that because he wanted to. And Peter was a good weapon too, if I do say so myself. We were a really great team because if I shared my skills with fighting with a good weapon like the fidget spinner Peter was, we killed a lot of mobs, and it was really nice because we needed food. Well, I needed food and Peter wanted to be a fidget spinner, and because of that it was nice because I just ate from the things that we killed, and I would also need to cook those things, but I just chopped some wood with Peter and I would build a campfire and I would be good to go, so that was very nice because I had food and Peter had a purpose and everyone was happy. But as I am telling you this crazy story that Peter became a fidget spinner, I have to throw a disclaimer that he was not a fidget spinner for the rest of his life. Ah, hot darn it, I spoiled it again for you. Maybe you had not forgotten about the spoiler, but if you have, I am really sorry, but I cannot do anything for you now, because I already told you that Peter became a human after his life as a fidget spinner. Well then, this is the third time that I told you that, so let's finish the story then, because you are probably wondering why and how Peter went from a human to a fidget spinner and then returned to his human form. Well, he did it with the contract that he signed with the devil. He looked at the things that were on the contract, and because he was a human he had human rights on the contract, and he used it because he could. And what he did, it's made an extra rule that if he wanted to become human again and he did not do his fully functional purpose as a fidget spinner, he could summon the devil to the location that Peter was at as a fidget spinner form, and the devil would come and personally change him back into a functioning human. But anyways guys, it was fun this time. We used a couple of different fidget spinners in bloody Minecraft and it was a jolly good time, and I love these fidget spinners. But now I have to go because the 15 minutes are filled. Have a jolly good day after this video, and I wish you the best of luck with learning new tricks for your fidget spinner. It has been your boy SubZeroExtabyte. Well, no, actually it was your boy Steve, sorry, but I have to go now. Bye bye. And by the way, Obviously I meant that it is just me and not the spinner guy. I mean, come on, I am the one making videos, not someone else, so I thought you should just know that, you know. I don't want to confuse you guys with stuff like that, so that is why I am telling you guys this, just to avoid some confusion. That is simply all. Anyway, I hope that clears a few things up here and there, and with that being said, bye bye.